Coccidiosis is a realistic problem and one of the most important diseases of poultry worldwide. Believe it or not, anywhere there is a microscopic trace of bird's poop in a drinker, feeder, or in bedding materials, there is almost certainly coccidia present. But once you understand what causes it and how it spreads, you can feel more confident about how to handle its impact on your birds. The good news here is that once you can build your chicks' immune system, they can fight off this coccidiosis. On this video, I'm going to explain why it keeps reoccurring on your farm, why it is difficult to control, how to identify it early, how to treat it with either herbal or synthetic drugs, and lastly, how to control it without stress. What's up, my people? Welcome to Life of a Farmer Love. You can also follow me on my Facebook page at Life of a Farmer Love. I remain your anchor, Ishokri of Okeronye. You can call me Ovorons. I sincerely appreciate all my old and new subscribers and my viewers as well. Please do kindly click the subscribe button if you haven't, and turn on the bell icon for prompt updates. Also like, comment and share for others to benefit. Without wasting your time, let's dive into the main cocoa. Coccidiosis occurs worldwide and is more common in high-density poultry farms, especially when birds have direct contact with their feces. Birds love to peck the floor, and in that process, they pick up and ingest the oocytes, otherwise referred to as parasite eggs, which are present in the bedding materials. One thing I must not fail to tell you is that the more contact the birds have with the fecal material, the greater the chances for them to develop serious coccidiosis. That is why coccidiosis is less common in birds on battery cage system or that don't have direct contact with their feces. During this process, they replicate, that is, reproduce, and ruptures the intestinal cells. The infected bird sheds the oocytes in the feces and still pick it up again, and the cycle continues like that. Immunity is developed after few intestinal cycles of the parasite, but this immunity is specific to the particular species of coccidia because they attach to the cells of the gut wall and reproduce in several cycles. They damage the gut wall and ends up hampering the absorption of nutrients when coccidiosis parasites build up. Birds will become distressed, stop absorbing nutrients, and become sick. Each reproduction cycle lasts for 5 to 7 days, and this is why a coccidiosis problem occurs around 21 to 28 days. It usually takes time for the disease to build up in numbers sufficient to damage the guts. This is the major reason I am of the opinion that you should always develop the guts of your chicks with my secret DIY electrolyte. You can click the top right corner of your screen to watch it. I will also drop the link in the description box. I also have series of organic herbs that you can use at very low cost to boost your bird's immunity. All these are in my playlist of organic farming, which I will drop in the tab at the end of this video. Do well to click on it after watching this video. The first tip I want to share with you is why coccidiosis is difficult to control, and the major reason why coccidiosis keeps reoccurring among your flock. Coccidiosis is difficult to control because it has different species of Emera, and each Emera type is able to infect only one host species, and each attack a different segment of the intestine in their host. That is to say that the treatment approach differs for each Emera because of their different site of infection in the gut of intestinal tract. While Emera acervulina is found in the upper small intestine, Emera maxima and Emera necatris lesions are found in mid-gut, and Emera tenalia lesions are found in the ceca. This is why it is important to know what type of coccidia is affecting your birds, as the response to treat may vary. This is what I mean. The intestinal species such as Emera acervulina and Emera maxima are more susceptible to sulfur drugs, while the hemorrhage producers such as Emera necatris and Emera tenalia are more susceptible to amprolium. This is one major reason coccidiosis keep occurring in your farm. For this reason, it is best to use herbs as they are broad-spectrum coccidiosis treatments. I have a video of 3 most effective coccidiosis herbal treatments which you can watch by the end of this video. I will also drop the link in the description box. And the next stage is how to identify it. At this stage, there are signs which varies. These include birds huddling together and staying away from feed and water. They look pale compared to healthy birds. They have ruffled feathers In some cases, you have diarrhea that are either brownish or bloody stool. All birds are at risk once one bed is infected, so isolation to that sick bed will not do the work, but general treatment will. Birds of 3 to 5 weeks are more susceptible to this coccidiosis. How best to treat coccidiosis in your flock? The first step is sound management. This involves proper pen sanitation and litter management. Coccidia thrive in damp or warm conditions. These areas are mostly found around the drinkers and feeders, and also where the bird spends more time. Frequent replacement of wet litters will do the magic. Secondly, give antioxidant to boost chicks' immune system against infection from day old. Thirdly, use of coccidiostat in feed. Fourthly, use herbal medicine, especially apple cider vinegar. It has an anticoccidial effect in poultry, and it reduces the number of coccidiosis in the feces. You can check out my video on how to use apple cider vinegar by clicking the top right corner of your screen. I will also drop the link in the description box. One good thing about apple cider vinegar is that it aids in lowering coccidia resistance to drug treatment. And now, let's talk about the drugs to use. Synthetic drugs that are very effective are sulfur drugs. One important point in use of sulfur drug is to give the medication for 3 days. Give plain water for 2 days, then repeat for another 3 days. Other trademark coccidiosis drugs are amprolium, embazine, pantacos, and many others. Vaccines used for coccidiosis are mostly given between 4th and 5th day of chick's life. With these vaccines, there is no need to administer coccidiostat because the vaccine gives a lifetime immunity. Some brands of these vaccines are Cocivac and Imucos. The best way to control coccidiosis without stress is 1. To keep your litters dry. 2. Do not overstock. 3. Allow proper ventilation. 4. Use herbal medicine regularly. And last but not the least, which is 5, please subscribe, like, comment, and share for others to benefit. Thanks and God bless. See you in my next video. Peace out.